Wingy Boxing, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. Well, here it is, man. I'm here with a man in a moment. Kash, what's going on, brother?
Okay, bro. Just having a nice Saturday chill with yourself.
How do you feel, man? How's it? Has all sunk in the big David Price fight on the undercard of Smith Eggington? How do you feel about that, man?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, it's big news, it's a big platform, big fight. But like I always say to every fighter, even fans, this is what I chose, so you got to be ready for it.
When you first heard the news, how did you how did you feel? Did you think, is this a bit too soon, or I'm ready for this? But boxers have got to weigh that up, haven't they?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I just started training with Adam now. I'm training with Adam Etches.
Oh, yeah,
you
okay.
know,
yeah. I know Adam, yeah.
The bomber.
Yeah, I know Adam. Yeah.
So he's managing me as well, and so we had a fight lined up yesterday, but that show got cancelled. So that would have been our first fight together. So in my mind, I was thinking, get our first fight together, and then obviously go with the Price one. But we got offered it. We thought it was the right timing, and it is, and it will be.
Do you think? I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit more in a sec. But do you think that it's sometimes you need to balance these things out? In other words, is the jump too much? I guess is what I'm saying, because it is a massive jump compared to your other fights, isn't it, Price?
Yeah, in rounds as well.
Yeah, you know, exactly.
In rounds and all that. But I just believe. I believe in myself, and I believe this is it for me. I believe this is my time to showcase what I can do and be a. Instead of, you can be 5-0, 6-0, 10-0, but you got to prove yourself. And this fight, to me, prove not just to me, to everybody else, that I'm a real contender, and I ain't messing about.
Young Kash running around Birmingham. Tell me about him, man.
Running around everywhere.
How was your life growing up, man?
Yeah, it was good. I was originally born in Birmingham. My dad was from Birmingham as well, but he moved over to Sheffield, Rotherham, and then so really I was born here, but I was raised up there.
Okay.
So yeah, it was good. Just you know,
what did you get up to, man?
Get up to just. I wasn't the best of kids, but my dad helped me to keep out of trouble and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, at school we were fighting and just. It's typical.
Just the usual typical.
Typical boxing. You know, every boxing speaks that kind of same stuff. Get in trouble here. I've never been jailed or nothing, but I got in trouble a few times, and I just love fighting, to be honest. And my dad took me to a gym, and just from there, just training. And I knew it was never a question of what I'm going to do. It was.
You knew it, yeah.
I am doing that, and that's why it was really from there. But you know, you have to be tough around the council estate.
I know about it, bro. The bad street saluting, man. Lucy Farm. I was a nerd. I was a geek, man. I was on the computers, man. Yeah, I was a geek. So, when when you walked into the ring, or should I say, when you walked into the boxing environment for the first time to train, what was your thoughts? Was there nerves? Was there, I'm ready for this? Because how old was you again?
I was young when I first went to a boxing gym. I was like probably, must have been 12 or something. Okay. The first time I went, but I went to a few gyms, and then I through school as well. So I was a naughty kid, as we say, the naughty kid in school.
Yeah.
And then through there as well, they took me to a boxing gym in school, which was quite good. Instead of kicking me out, I got the chance to, instead of going lessons, I was going to boxing, and I was training I did a bit with Dave Caldwell then. I was training with these pros. And then from there, and then it was serious. Then I went to England, I went to Brendan's as a kid as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I kind of went everywhere, but never just stood at it. I was just doing it.
Yeah.
And I was at Caldwell for a few years, and then I got injured, and I remember hurting my hand. Then I was out for a few years. Then I started messing about. It was just typical being young and dumb, to be honest. And then I turned pro at 19 at Brendan Ingles' gym with Dominic, and then that's when my life just changed over, and then that was it.
Tell me about turning pro. How was that? Can you remember your first fight? Who was it against?
Yeah. My first. Remember, I only had like 1-2 amateurs when I was a kid. Yeah. That's it. So I've got much experience, and I was sparring with at Brendan's, the Richard Towers at the time, my good friend. I've got some good
Big Richard Towers.
Big Richard, man. So you know, I was sparring with him. I was watching him. I thought I think at the time he was like, you know, Richard. His life story. He come out, and then he changed his life around. You're fighting. I went to some of his professional fights or probably like from 17, 18, 19 kind of thing. And I thought, watching him, so he was kind of inspiration.
Yeah, the life story, didn't Big Richard?
That's what I'm saying. So, so with being around him, watching him train, he had fights. And then one day Dominic said to me, in fact I was sparring with Richard for some of his fights, and I was doing good. And Dominic said, I think you're ready to go pro, See, in my heart, I thought I'll have loads of amateurs, and I'm still heavyweight, young heavyweight. But Douglas, I think you'll do well.
See, if he's saying that, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I thought at the time he had Kerr, he had Junior, he had all these other kids as well. And I thought, you know what? Why not? If they're saying it, why not? And then that's it. Then I turned pro. I boxed in Magdalen, I think it was on the Codewell show, Ryan Rhodes. I thought it was my debut, the kids' debut as well. I won that on points. But yeah, it was good, man. Good experience. It was just like all of a sudden, but when you're in there, you got to deal with the situation, aren't you?
So leading up to now, what would you say has been your toughest fight or your most grittiest fight, where you've learned the most so far?
I'd say Kamil Sokolowski.
Oh yeah,
have you heard of him?
Yeah.
To me, I think he's a dangerous opponent.
He's the one who beat Webb. This wasn't Sokolowski.
Yeah, it was him.
Was it him? Yeah, I thought it was him. Yeah.
He beat Nick Webb. Nick Webb was a good fighter. I've sparred him. I know him, but what's his name? Kamil's. If you look at his record, the ones he's beat are good kids.
Yeah.
He's beat unbeaten kids. He's drawn me good unbeaten kids, and the ones who beat him, like I beat him. A few other list goes, and plenty of other people have beat him, but he's given them good fights. And I think he's boxing Lucas Brown actually, and I think that'll be a good fight as well.
And then Brown's got Dave Allen. What do you think of that one, man?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
That's a good old school type of scrap.
It should be. They both seem confident. I'm not saying they can't box, but genuinely they should come forward. I think for me, I think it's boiled down to who's got the hardest head.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard. That's
hard and the hardest head. Yeah. But I think that's a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. I think it'll be a good old slugfest.
And so, was it Matchroom that approached your team? And
I think it was Eddie and Adam. And then Adam obviously told me. I was in the gym, and then I go, let's get back to him, and then let's do it.
You was like, yeah, I'm up for that, man. That's good.
Yeah, I thought this is it. It's like, I ain't got no big promoter behind me. I've been boxing on small old shows, running around, selling tickets on my own, doing it. I had my first 9 fights with Brendan's, and I've had some fights with no training in my corner. I've done it the hard way. People talk about no, they haven't done it the hard way. I'm telling you, if many people did it my way, they won't able to last. I know they wouldn't. That's why I'm confident. I'm ready. I'm confident. And
you got a smile on your face all through this. You can't wait for this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've done it. For me, the biggest challenge is things outside life, and in these things what I've done in my career. If I got through them, when it comes to the big stage, that's it. They're the little things what prepare you for the big stage.
Most of the feedback that I've seen for the fight, to be honest, has been positive with regards to you as an opponent. A couple of people have said, like, looking at the opponents that Kash has faced, going in against Price, whether Price has chin issues or not, it's too much for Kash at this time. What would you say to people who say that it's too much of a jump?
In the sense of opponent-wise, I don't think I've boxed opponents as good as David Price, but it's like you're gonna have to step up sooner or later. And just for me, it's David Price. It's not that. I believe I can punch, and I know I can punch, and my opponents know I can punch, and David Price will know I can punch. But I've sparred him, so he knows that as well. So. Yeah. When
I remember when I spoke to him and he goes, I know Kash, and that's all he said. He didn't say anymore. Yeah. So how many have you guys had a lot of sparring?
Yeah, we've had some good spars. I was sparring him for quite a bit of time when he was in London with Dave Codewell.
Is that what the smile on your face is for? Because of the spars. Sparring. Yeah.
You can't take too much away from
him. Of course, yeah.
I always look at it this way. Anybody goes to Olympians, who's Olympian, goes to Olympics. They're no mug, they're no joke. And I think the problem with being Olympian is the public just expect you to become world champion if you go to the Olympics. But people forget it was a British, Commonwealth, Europeans, beat some good fighters. And he's only lost. Who's he lost to? People say, oh, he can't take a punch. Who has he lost to? Povetkin, Christian Amma. Some of his fights not even been knockouts, he's quit himself.
What did you think of his last fight, Kuzmin? What did you think of not before Tom Little? Let's go to the Kuzmin first. What did you think of the Kuzmin fight and the way it was stopped? Because I remember asking him, was that an injury? Was that stamina? And it was a bit of a grey area for him. What did you think?
I think he just saved himself another day. It was a short notice fight when Kuzmin he was probably training, he was ready, and David Price just got a short cold from Eddie probably, and he thought he took it. He actually messaged me for sparring that day.
The irony of it.
Yeah, I remember he actually texted me, but I couldn't make it because I think I was fighting or something. But he probably thought he's not trained for it, he wasn't that fit, and so he probably was injured. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he just thought, he saved himself for another fight with the box after Tom Little.
Yeah, Tom Little. So, when you said he saved himself for another day in that particular fight we were just talking about, how do you feel about that as a boxer? Like a boxer doing that? Because some boxers will be like, well, no, if you're in there, you got to fight to the
Me personally, I have been in fights. Well, like I said, I've been in fights with no conditioning. I've been in fights with no sparring. I've been in fights with no pads. I've been in fights with no running. I've been in fights with a hungry belly, with no food in my stomach.
Yeah.
But I ain't quitting, and real fighters won't quit. And it's pretty much. So I talk about that. I fought your call. I broke my hand in the first round. I think I went in the fight with a broken hand, and I fought with a broken hand. And I still won.
I got you.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Tom Little fight? Premature stoppage, or was you right?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I thought the fight was 50-50. Tom was doing good. I think Tom, as the rounds were going, I seen Tom. I thought he was starting to maybe come on top a little bit then. But the stoppage, I think he did obviously, he's a big puncher, he rocked him a little bit, but I think it was a little bit early, to be honest. The referee should have let it go on. On a big stage like that, I think he should have let it on a little bit more.
Is there the danger that, as fans, a lot of us sort of watch these fights with Price and we think, okay, no matter what happens, at some point he's going to get tired, and then he's going to get. If we can get to that, if the boxer can get to that chin, that's it. Is there a danger that you think that, or I guess you guys are planned for all sorts for this going the whole distance, or is that ever in your mind? Not giving away your plan, but I think
it's a turnaround fight, but he's proven he's a puncher. I've proven I'm a puncher, so he ain't going 10 rounds.
Yeah, because I'm sure you're aware, if you get caught with Price's power. He is one of the hardest hitting, regardless of what people think of him. For punch, he's got that solid.
Yeah, he can punch. Yeah, he can definitely punch. But I'm like, what's his name? Some people are glass chins. I'm steel chin.
That might be the quote for the video, man.
that might be it. Yeah.
But overall, yeah, you're looking forward to going and getting.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, this is it. This is my time. It's timing in boxing. Every time, look in history of boxing. Joe Louis was a great. Then he lost to Rocky Marciano. I'm not saying it's a world title fight because there's not belt on the line, but
in a way,
in that way, he got
for you, yeah.
Laddie Holmes beat Ali, and Laddie Holmes come through. Ali beat Liston, Tyson beat Berbick, Kash is going to beat David Price. I got it. That kind of thing. So I think everyone has timing, and I think I'm destined to beat him and go on do not just stop there. Cause it doesn't just stop there. Go on do bigger and better things 100%.
At one of the fights that I went to of yours, I think it was on a Frankie Gavin undercard, the community support you had was crazy. I mean, shout out to Frankie, he's my boy, but You, the community you had there dwarfed it. And for me, at the level of fighter you are, I've never seen nothing like that. Where does that community come from?
I think, it's
support.
I think in boxing, you need. I like to think I'm a good guy. I can't see why people hate me. Or a lot of boxers, most people boxers, but some of the boxers do stupid stuff, and then people can understand why people get a bit funny with them sometimes. But I've never met a bad boxer from the heart of good night. But the sport-wise, I think obviously I'm a British fighter, but because as an Asian, there's not many. Amir Khan. He's somebody who did something. So they probably need someone. The community needs someone to get behind and stuff. So I think they're looking for somebody new, kind of thing. So I think I could be someone like that as well.
Okay. And I guess you're sort of in most fights you're going into. You've got the motivation of your dad. He passed away, didn't he? And is that always there, or do you block that out? How does it work for you?
Yeah, my dad's always been there in my career from day dot. He was a fighter himself, but. Yeah, of course, he'd be with me this fight, every fight. I've had two fights after that. That's something people don't understand. That battle alone is harder than any other fight. Yeah. What do you think I'm bothered about going to a ring and fighting you know, I respect every man that gets in that ring, but then you got some boxers who separate from other boxers. The ring's a ring. People go, oh, it's a big stage, 20,000 people, and what? This is what you chose to do, isn't it?
What would your dad say about this fight? What advice would he give you?
Like
going to knock him out, or is he a bit more?
He knew boxing as well, so he obviously, like I say, every fight needs a game plan, you need to know. But he'll be behind me, do this, do that.
I got it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he wasn't just like, oh god, but he had that in him, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, if you got a chance to finish him, man, you finish him.
Oh, that's nice to hear, man.
But yeah.
Okay, so just before we get Karen, just some other big fights on the scene. Just want to get your opinion as a heavyweight. Anthony Joshua against Big Baby Miller recently announced. What are your thoughts on that fight and the whole it's not Deontay Wilder situation? As a fight, Miller and Joshua, technically, what do you think?
As a fight, I think it's a good fight. Honestly, Miller is a big man. I met him in my spot. I was chatting to him on when Dylan boxed Chisora. I was in the same hotel, just chilling. I was chatting with him. He's a nice guy and stuff, but he's a big man. He looks very durable, and if Joshua tries steamrolling him, Joshua could be in trouble. I think he's going to use his brain, jab, do all that kind of stuff. But then I don't know what Miller's got because he's got a lot because he's big, he's strong. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good fight.
It looks like Dillian White and Dominic Brazil could be sort of gearing up to happen as well. How do you think that one goes out? Because Brazil's always in a fun fight, isn't he?
Yeah, Brazil's game for obviously he boxed Anthony Joshua. Then he was another good fight when he boxed some other guy. I remember watching him.
Yes, I can't remember. It was like a black.
Aizu.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Watched that was a good fight. For me, Dylan's gonna beat him. I think Dylan will be too much for him. He's too active. He's on it all day, every day. Dylan for that.
It's So you're British heavyweight. So is Anthony Joshua like your idol? do you have his posters up on your wall?
No.
It's not like that.
No, definitely not.
You're in your own lane. You're in your own lane. But I guess every heavyweight, I'm guessing, does aspire to that type of.
You can't. What's that word? Everybody wants that to be on the top.
Yeah.
So at the minute, Joshua is on the top. For me, personally, as a fighter, if Wilder and Fury, they got a draw. Obviously, regarding. I don't know, it's interesting. Winner out of them two, I think winner of Fury or Wilder, for me is probably whoever wins that will be the number one heavyweight.
Oh, do you reckon over Joshua? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But then it's until they meet. So it's just,
no, don't change it like that. That's juicy, man. That's juicy.
It's hard to say that Joshua beat Klitschko, Fury beat Klitschko, but obviously I say Fury beat him when he was champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you got Dylan as well. Dylan fought Joshua before, but after Dylan, this fight, it'd be dangerous. If anyone, I thought Dylan deserved the fight with Joshua.
How do you think the rematch goes with Fury and Wilder when/if, but when that's announced?
Yeah, I'm reading it somewhere, they're saying it's going to be announced soon, but I reckon they both know what to do. Fury knows, okay, the fight was a draw even though people thought Fury won. I thought, on score, round to round, I thought Fury won. But obviously, you can look at it, Wilder being champion and in his backyard, then that's why they probably give it a draw. That's what I think so. But I think a rematch, Fury knows he can't afford to get hit. He don't want to get put down. Then he don't want to lose no points. And Wilder's probably thinking, I've got to nail it. Well, then again, he didn't nail him when he got back up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's going to have to. I don't know. If I were Wilder's just going to think, I've got to hit him and he stays down. But that's going to be a big ask.
Do you do? Are you a boxer that watches boxing? Are you interested in the lower weight still, like Eubank De Gale? That's
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a boxing. I won't say historian, but I won't be far off.
Well, what would you think of that fight? That's interesting. The reason I bring it up is it's against a British fight like David Price.
It's a brilliant fight. If the James De Gale who's turned up when he fought Badou Jack, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was good then when he fought. He's had a few good wins before that, hasn't he? If he's a bit like when he fought that USA guy, I don't know his name, when he lost his title.
Oh, Caleb Truex.
Yeah, so if he turns up like that, I'd say, because Eubank's fresh, he's young, he's got combos, but if you give it, he's proven it. He lost to Billy Joe, Southpaw, jabbed him, moved, boom, beat him. George goes did the same thing. I think De Gale's more than capable of doing exactly what they did. So I think, for me, I think it depends what De Gale turns up.
What's it like being a professional boxer, Kash?
It's good because I enjoy it. it's like it's a job, but it's not a job because
you do it full time, don't you?
yeah, so yeah, a full-time training. Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of ups and downs. It's emotional sport. You got the ups and downs. You need to be obviously dedicated. That's thinking about. It's like the ups of it's brilliant. Seeing people, meeting people. I've been around the world because of boxing. I met so many people. Of the downside is when you're injured and you're not getting fights. So it is good. Overall, it's good. I would never change it for nothing.
So I have to say, if/when this all goes well for you, the whole success, and then you build up bigger fights, massive name, are you still, when I pull up in my busted old Dodge, you're still going to let me come rock around and chill with the family? Like, who's this? I don't know this man. Yeah, we're good, yeah?
We're good, bro. Come
we're
on.
good.
I'm not the person to forget that, bro.
IFL got your back. Well,
Yeah, man.
Kash Ali, anything else you want to say? Any shout outs to sponsors?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to all my sponsors for this fight coming, for the big fight coming. All of you, thank you for the support. I appreciate all the fans getting behind me. People that I'm getting messages of people I don't know personally, so I appreciate that. My training, Adam, my brother, all my boys, everyone, my family. Obviously, gotta thank God who gives you, who blesses you with good stuff. So that appreciate that and just keep going because it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better. So let's enjoy the ride.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Kash Ali, thanks for speaking to Wingy Boxing, IFL TV, and good luck with the fight. And we'll catch up with you again, brother.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Thank you.